Hello, YouTube viewers, Twitch chatters, Twitter followers, whoever fucking follows me anywhere. Welcome to my end of the year video. I really just wanted to make this video to thank everybody, to talk about what we achieved this year, and to also talk about what's next. I wanted to talk about Thankmas and a lot more other stuff that we achieved this year and that we did. So, yeah. So let's first talk about just thanking you all in general. And as you can see, I'm live right now, so that's why you may see the occasional chat. But don't worry about that. I wanted to talk about the things I achieved this year because, well, one of the things I'm really proud of is my increase in collabs with other people and doing more things out of my comfort zone on both Twitch and YouTube and on every other social media. I've also been going to therapy, and I've been making a lot of personal achievements there. I've been growing a lot more confident in myself. I've just been surrounded by wonderful people that are supportive of me and that appreciate me for me, and I am really happy about that. Some examples are Aika, for example, or Phalis, or Rain, and the usual peeps, that have been here all of these years, like Zanzu, Leo, Breakfasto, Zentex, and more and more and more. I could go on all day about naming names, but just in general, I really wanted to thank everybody who's been here with me during the year and that has been supportive of me pretty much during my whole stream journey of making content and everything. And yeah, I'm just proud of the things I did. And I didn't even go really into the big stuff yet, which, like Thankmas, we recently hit the $1,000 goal, which is insane. And if you're unfamiliar, Thankmas is a fundraiser campaign that I've been doing with Rain together. And everybody has just been so fucking generous and awesome, and we managed to hit it in the last few days, and it's fucking awesome. So thank you everybody who's watching this that donated. You guys are freaking amazing. And it's just really cool to be a part of something like that every year and to do something good for a good cause, and it's just amazing. I just don't have words for it. And yeah, it's just Thankmas is always something I'm really proud of. We did it last year as well. And it's just, it keeps being amazing, and Rain is super awesome, and I'm really grateful that Rain even wants to do it with me in the first place every year. And just, it's just awesome. And it's not even been small donations either. Like, people have been donating like fucking $250 left and right, and $100 here, $50 there, fucking $10 and $20. I'm like, oh my lord, that's a big amount of money. Like, what the hell? But it's just really cool to see like people being so generous, and it's something I'm very grateful and thankful for, that everyone in the community is just so amazing and awesome and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just awesome. And some of those goals, like one of those goals, oh, there's a lot of goals. First off, karaoke stream, which I just did before this recording, actually. I have to wear a maid dress. I have to dye my IRL hair red, and that will all be content that will be going live on Rain's channel on Friday. I don't have a set time yet or anything, but just follow her. On the screen is a link and in the description as well. So go follow her and watch me suffer in real life, I guess, and struggle and things. Yeah, so go follow her. She's amazing, and big thank you to Rain again for doing it together with me. I'm very grateful, and Rain is just an amazing, wonderful person. And yeah, and another person I wanted to specifically highlight as well is Aika. Because Aika is a new person that I've been talking to this year, a new person that I've been making content with. For example, my last video was a Minecraft video that I've done with Aika, and just in general, she's been really awesome. And it's funny because sometimes I just wake up to doodles she made in her like notepad of my characters and everything, and it just makes me so happy to see every time. And just talking to her is really amazing. So Aika, if you're watching this, I love you, sis. I hope we can make a lot of cool content in the next year as well. I really appreciate you a lot, and thank you for always being there to talk to me and everything. And same with Rain. Rain is same thing as well. Like when I run into problems or I'm stressed the fuck out, I go to Rain, and Rain is just always being like, you know, what I like about Rain is just always like brutally honest. So when she thinks something is bullshit, or if people treat me the wrong way, she's like, yeah, fuck them. Like, it's fucking bullshit. You don't deserve to be treated this way. And that just makes me really happy to hear in a way. Like, yeah, so shout out to them both. And also shout out to Felis. I didn't make a whole lot of content with Felis this year, but that's just because we were both really busy. Felis is another super awesome person, and she invites me to a lot of collabs and stuff like that, and just in general is an amazing person. So shout out to you, Felis, as well. I know you said we were gonna do more collabs next year, so hell yeah, let's do it. So yeah, those are really the people I wanted to highlight specifically. So thank you, Free, for really being a big part of my year and being such a positive influence on me. And just being there for me when I need some sort of help or some sort of guidance, and just, you know, in general, letting me into your communities and being so open and welcoming about it. And yeah, thank you all so much for that. Next up, I wanted to talk about some of the goals I have for the new year. And I can pull it up actually, because I have it in my Discord, just to kind of do it in a clear and concise manner. Hold on. There's a few things I want to achieve next year, and instead of really focusing on numbers, which I've kind of done in my earlier goals of the years, I don't really want to do that anymore, because I noticed that it doesn't help me. It doesn't help me learn. It doesn't help me grow. So instead, I want to really like take a lot of my personal goals from just in general in life that I'm working towards into my stream goals as well. So for example, I have a goal that I want to be closer with people around me, instead of specifically always trying to find new people that I want to get close to. I want to, you know, get to know my friends better. I want to get to know Aika better. I want to get to know Rain better. I want to get to know Leo better, Zanzu, just the people around me I want to become closer with, just get to know them better and become better friends. So that's one goal. And content wise, I want to do more community things. I want to play more games with you guys. If you don't follow me on Twitch, you should, because that's where my main content is. And also join the Discord in the description down below if you have suggestions for games or community nights that we could do together. Please let me know, because I would happily oblige and do more things with you guys, because I'm not very good at showing my appreciation sometimes. And I think, you know, just in general, doing more things with you guys and getting a bit closer with you guys, we can do some cool stuff together and make cool content together and stuff like that. So yeah. And another thing I want to do next year is include more of my personal life in the streams. Not necessarily like, oh, leak my details and tell me blah blah blah, but more like things I do outside of streaming, bring them a bit more into my streaming community and my stream space, like the programming stuff, learning how to make music, trying to do art. That's something I really want to learn, because a lot of people around me are artists and I'm very jealous and I want to get better at it too. And things like that. So if that's something you would like to see, please tell me. I think it would be really cool, but maybe you don't care about that and you just want to see gameplay. That's fine too. But I would at least like to get some feedback on it, see what you guys want to do with that or want to see with that. But that's one of the things I want to do. And another thing, okay, so I can kind of summarize all of the next goals into one specific goal that I want to be better at. And it is just to be more daring and take more risks, step more out of my comfort zone. because from my experience from the last year, I've done a lot of things that were outside of my comfort zone. For example, Fadus invited me to a 20-player Lethal Company collab, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. But then I was like, wait, Rizu, hold on a second. Think of it in a different way. And then I think, okay, calm down, think about it. You've never done a 20-player collab before. So what are you scared of? Like, you don't have anything to be scared about because you've never done it before. So just do it. And then I said, okay, I will join. And then it was a little bit too busy for my liking, but you know, I still see it as a positive thing because I learned, like, okay, maybe 20 people is a bit too much, but I still had a good time. I still had some good clips. I talked to some people that I didn't talk to before, and that's all a positive, right? There's no negative in that. Yeah, I just learned things, and I interact with people, and I had fun moments. And I really want to do things like that more, step out of my comfort zone more, and really like do things I'm scared about, but I've never done before. So there's not really a reason to be scared about them. And I try to apply this more in my real life too, because I notice like, okay, if I do things that I haven't done before or I don't feel as comfortable with, it always ends in something positive, usually. Like, even if it's something like that I didn't enjoy in the end, I still learned from it. Okay, maybe I won't do this again in the future because, you know, I noticed that I didn't like it as much. But that's still a positive. Correct? I think so, at least. So as hard as it might be, I want to really challenge myself to do things I'm hesitant about and just do things like that challenge me, things that I maybe feel awkward or hesitant about, because from my experience, usually it ends in a positive. And that's also something I discuss with my therapist, which I can talk a bit about more in a bit about my therapy. But one of my goals just in general for the next year is to do things I won't necessarily feel confident in, to gain more experience in life. Another thing that I'm proud of is that I did another therapy process this year, because a few years back I did a therapy thing as well. But at the time it was kind of very smooth, and it was a bit too smooth. And it wasn't really about like where the issues were coming from, but more about where the problems, you know, what I could do about the problems. And this therapy process from this year was more about, okay, I'm autistic, for example, yeah, so that's what I was going into, more like, where does it come from? What is autism? Because I've never had proper therapy for my autism. And this year it was more about, okay, it comes from your autism. How do you accept that? How do you process that? What can you do to live with it better? And things like that. And the thing that I mentioned earlier about stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that you normally wouldn't do, are a part of that. And, you know, just because I'm anxious, I'm nervous about a lot of things in life, I get stressful. But if I'm just don't experience things that I'm scared of, then, you know, I'm not gonna grow. You could kind of call it exposure therapy in a sense, like doing things you're not used to, you know, gonna push you over the edge and do it. Just do it. And yeah, and if I want to do something, even though maybe socially it isn't as acceptable, I don't think I've kind of learned to be like, no, just do it. If you really want to do something, just try to, you know, if you want to do something, just do it and see what happens. If people react bad, and if I react to what they react to is bad, then it's a different story. But from my experience, I've only had like positive feedback. Like, stupid example again, well, maybe not stupid, but an example. Like, I challenged myself to wear a goofy Christmas sweater to school, and I showed up to school, and I mean, the teachers kind of asked you to, like, as for students, but I normally wouldn't do it anyway. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear a stupid Christmas sweater. And then I showed up to school, and no one was wearing a goofy Christmas sweater but me. So I was like, oh shit. But then I sat down, and then people around me were saying, oh, that's cool and stuff, and they were really positive about it, and they were like, oh, that's a cool Christmas sweater, dude. I'm like, hell yeah. And like teachers were being cool about it, and stuff like that. So despite being nervous about it, despite doing something that I normally wouldn't do, I got positive feedback from it, and I got, you know, positive things from it. And I'm not gonna say that's always gonna be the case, but you know, it might be the case. And just because it might be positively received, I think it's worth to do it if you really want to do it. And another thing that's another example of that is one of the famous goals was that Rain is gonna dye my hair red in real life. And that's something I'm terrified about, because I don't know what other people will say. And next week I have to go back to school, and I have a completely different hair color, and I don't know what people are gonna think. I don't know, but I want to do it. It's something I wanted to do for a long time. It's something I wanted to try out. It's something, that's been on my mind and something I wanted to do. So I'm gonna do it. And I don't honestly, I am not gonna care about what other people think about it, because it's something I want to do. It's something that categorizes me, and that's me. And I'm just gonna see what happens. If people don't like it, then people don't like it. I don't care. Well, that's not true. I do care, but I also don't know. Like, I could go to school and people could say, "Oh, that's interesting. That's probably what I'm gonna get." But maybe if it sets in a bit more and people get used to it more, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." It's cool that you do that, because we don't see that a lot, especially in the Netherlands. Like, you don't ever really see a guy dyeing his hair, at least not that I've seen or where I live. So I want to try it, and I think it's cool and interesting, and I do little things like that all the time. Like recently I got a new ear piercing, but that's like on a much smaller scale, but it's still something where I'm like, oh, you don't see that a lot in guys, that they have rings in both their ears. And I had only one for the longest time, for like 12 years. And then like last few months I was like, hey, what if I should get shot another one? So now I have two. And I really like it about myself. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's cool. And, because I think it's cool, who cares? If I think it's cool, who cares? Who cares? But yeah, just in general, I really want to try to just do the things I do and want and like, and just screw what other people think. If I like it, that's a part of me, and I need to embrace that, and instead of hiding it away and not taking it and make it a part of me, that's not good. It's gonna only make me sad, and I want to embrace parts that I'm curious about, and I want to make that me and mine and my thing. And yeah, I think that's a good thing to do in general. Like, if you really, really want to do something, sure, like, you can take other people's opinions in consideration, but at the end of the day, it's still something you want to do. It's something it's your decision. So yeah. So yeah, those are the biggest things I want to do next year. And reminder, the dyeing of the hair and the maid dresses and everything will be on Friday. So again, please go follow Rain on the screen and in the description. And all the other people that I mentioned, like Felis and Aika and etc., will all also be in the description. So please give them some love. I love them. Please love them too. They're amazing. And yeah, I guess to end it off, I hope you all have a wonderful 2024. I hope you all had a good 2023. And if not, I hope 2024 will be a lot better. Take good care of yourself. And if you have goals or not, just take care of yourself. I hope you achieve the things you want to achieve in the new year. And hope you all have a good new year. Oh, and of course, I hope to see you in the streams as well. My links are also everywhere in the description and stuff. And if you want to be more involved in the community, please join the Discord, because that's where all of the community stuff mainly happens and where I talk with a lot of people. So yeah, Thank you everybody for being a part of my year and being a part of my last 5 years if you've been around since the beginning. And welcome in if you're new. I know there's been a lot of new people around the community lately. I hope you're enjoying your stay, and I hope to see you all again in 2024. So have a good one, and peace. Bye 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 bye. There we go. I almost stopped streaming.